Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. Here in this video, I'm going to discuss about pivot table in Excel. So basically what is a pivot table? Okay, so pivot table is a special tool that is introduced in Excel to analyze the data, to calculate or to summarize the data so that you can compare the data, you can identify the patterns and trends in your data. Okay, it works little bit differently. Okay, on what platform you are using. Okay, it varies, but in Excel we are going to talk about pivot table now. So let's say you have a data, and in this data you can see that there is something called order date, order delivery date, order ID, ship mode. Ship mode is means type of shipment, right? One day delivery or uh, immediate delivery. These kinds of types categorized are there. Then customer ID is there, that will be a unique. Then customer name would be there, that may be a different, sorry, duplicate, that may have duplicate. Segments are obviously categorical data. Then country, city, state, postal code, regions, category, product category, then product subcategory, product name, sale amount. We don't want this rank. Okay, this is what for the different purpose. Then we have a quantity, discount, and profit. These kinds of data I have. Okay, and if someone ask me that any area sales manager or region sales manager ask me that I wanted to view the category. Okay, what he wants to do. So what he wants to do is he wants to view the category by region. Suppose he is a manager of South region. So definitely he will ask about his region only. So what you need to do, you need to filter the data, right? Once you filter the data, he maybe wants to view the data for specific segment. So let's say he asks you for consumer segment. Okay. Then as a data analyst, you have to answer, you have to respond these kinds of questions. You have to prepare the data to answer these kinds of questions. So business question was that there is a sales manager from South region and he wants to view the total sale amount for consumer segment. So what you have did, you as of now you have applied filters, and by applying filter you can go to the sales column and here you can view, and here you can see that 107097 is a sum of sale. So this is what summarization we can say, right? This is what a summarization. Getting a summarization is not referring to the only sum functions. Okay, this is what like aggregation function, aggregation functions or statistic functions. We can say that we can find mean, max value, or count of any values. So discrete kind of data can be presented in pivot table very easily. So you don't need to do this. Okay, Excel has already provided a tool. There is something called pivot table in Excel. So how to insert a pivot table? So what you need to do, you need to either you can select the range before. Okay, you can press Control A and entire range will be selected. Then you have to insert. Okay, you have to go to the insert, and here you have an option to insert the pivot table. So you can, what you can do, you can select from table or range external source. If there is any external data source like database or cloud, anything is connected, okay, by any ways, then you can use this source. Otherwise you have to use the data from your Excel itself. So what I will do, I will select my entire data and I will pick this. Let me convert this, and what I will do, if you want to create table in existing sheet, yes, you can do. If you click existing sheet, it will, sorry, existing worksheet, it will allow you or ask you to select any cell where pivot table should be added. But since I don't have any another existing sheet, what I will continue with worksheet, new worksheet, and it will add new worksheet, and this kind of window will open. And here you have a variety of options to display the data, to analyze the data. Okay. So now how to analyze or how to use the pivot table? That is what our main interest for this session. So on your left side or on this side where my cursor is moving, okay. So here you can see that something called pivot table field. So here you have a option to search the fields. You can search the fields. If you want to pick the field from the here, okay. So the pen is given here, you can search or you can directly pick. But then what you need to do? Okay, you have to summarize the data, you have to group the data, you have to analyze the data. And our question was, there is someone from your organization who is a stakeholder manager, anyone, okay, if he wants to view the data in just a possible way, you have to use the pivot table. Then how to use the pivot table? So here, drag fields between areas option. You have a 4 areas where you can drag the fields. How to drag, I will discuss in minutes. So first option is filter, second option is column, rows, and values. So what he was looking for, he was looking for a value of sales. So definitely we should pick the sales column or sales field into values. Automatically it will take sum of sales. Since we have not added anything to column or rows, right? Then he was looking for sales of region wise or segment wise. He was looking for segment wise and region wise. So what I will do, I will add segment in rows. By default it takes, okay, it picks, but you can change this. If I want segments in column, I can track that into the column. If I want a vertical list of segments, I can keep the segment field in rows. This is difference between just to view the data, okay. This is different between rows and column to view the data. If you want to view the data horizontally, you can drag your field into the column. Otherwise you can draw column area, or you can drag your field if you want to view the list vertically in row areas, okay. So now I have a consumers, right? But there was also question, he has to, he was a manager for South region. So you are supposed to be provide that field also to view. But since we have already added here, right? We have already added segment. So you can add another field of regions in anywhere, okay, in column view, or I mean column area, or in row area. So if you drag another field into the column area, this kind of table is created, right? So basically what we can say that pivot table is again table, but summarized table, analyzed table. And very easily you are able to answer the question, business questions from this table. So for South region and consumer segment, this was the value we have viewed, right? We were getting, this was the value. So this is how you can answer, you can create a pivot table so that very easily stakeholders can get answers of their questions. In short, you have to make the data presentable, but how to present, we'll discuss. Now, apart from this, if you want to add the filter, okay, there is something called filter pane also, or filter area also. You want to view the data for country has only one value, okay, so I will not pick that, but state wise data if you want to view. So now there is state in filter, so it will get automatically added at top, and by default here all values are selected. But if you want to select any of the values, you can select multiple here, you can unselect all, and you can simply just click any state or If you want to group of state, yes, for Arizona and California, I want the values. So I will tick, or I will select only two states and I will say, okay, my table view is changed automatically, right? And it is very easy. Okay, if someone asks you that I wanted to view the sum of sales for the West region for California and Arizona state. Yes, this is what the pivot table you can share. So I hope you may have got an idea how pivot table works, how to apply filter, and how we can keep the fields in different region or different area or different pane. We can say, okay, row pane, column pane, these kinds of words we can use. If someone asks you sell and quantity, so yes, definitely you can add multiple filters, multiple column fields, okay, or multiple value fields. Let me pick this. So by default, automatically it will add for central region, sum of sales is this, sum of quantity is this. For east region, sum of sales is this, sum of quantities here represented by this column. Okay, this is how it will derive or summarize the values for each of our regions. Okay, if you want to select any of the regions, you can use filters from here also. You can filters from row level also. Column level and row level are kind of filters. Okay, as we can add the multiple fields into the value, similarly we can add multiple fields into row pan or in the column pan. Okay, if since yes, we have already added, right, we have added region in the column for a filter purpose, but yes, it is showing us a data according to the region. So this is what a summarized view of my data. And any kind of question, not any kind of, okay, but it depends upon the questions. You have to select these fields, what to bring in which area. It's up to you. You can switch rows and column, that will not matter. Value will remain same. Now any number of filters you can apply. Yes, if you want to view the data by product name, yes, you can add the filter. You can go here and you can select the any of the product by name. You can select any of the subcategory by name, its name. Okay, you can select for data for any of state by its name. So these all are filters, right? And here values. So now view looks little bit confusing. Right? Let's clear the things. There is something called grand total, which is automatically added extra here. Sum of quantities, sum of sales is something what added automatically extra by pivot table for the analysis purpose. Okay, if anybody wants to view the total. Okay, if you want to format the values, yes, you can format the values. Suppose you don't want this decimals, and you have to add thousand separator, or if you want to highlight the currency, you can highlight, that is also possible. What you need to do, you need to go to the values field, click on downward arrow of specific field name, and then you can go here and go to the number format. Inside number format, you have to select number, keep your decimal places 0, then use thousand separator, and currency you can add. Okay, if I add, or if I say okay, you will see that currency is added to my sum of sales. Okay, we performed this operation or the formatting on sales amount only, that's why it is working with. So for quantity is not in rupees, so we don't need to add a currency for that. It will be in remains only number, right? Now next question is, one thing I told you, but I don't want this kind of view. I would like to make more changes to this pivot table. Yes, it is possible, right? Suppose I don't want these grand totals, I don't want this total sum and all, then I can remove. Yes. So for that purpose, you have to go to the design option. Inside the design option, there is a something called grand totals. So you can say off for rows and columns. So nothing will be shown, right? You can off. So what you need to do, you need to go to the design. After that, if you want to view for both, you can say on from here. If you want subtotal for rows only, or if you want subtotal for columns only, you can select appropriate option. Now, if you look in your pivot table, so in front of consumer table, there is one highlighted value which is in bold. So what is that value? So that value is a sum for consumer segment of sum of sales for consumer segment for furniture, office, and technology category. And so this is what a total, and this is what a subtotal, we can say that. Okay, grand total, subtotal, two different fields are there. If you want to hide subtotals, or you do not want to view the subtotals, you can go to subtotal options here, and here you can select do not show subtotals. None of the subtotal will be shown on your screen. If you want to view the subtotal at bottom of group, yes, you can view. So earlier it was showing at top side, but now it will show as a consumer total here as a, I mean, subgroup for, okay, at bottom side. And earlier it was like this. Okay. So I don't want to view that also. Right. So subtotal done, grand total done. Next is something there is called report layout. So how this table should look. By default, it is in compact form. Okay. By default, it is in compact form. So if I want this in tabular form, I can go and I can select tabular form. So what is changed? Right. What is changed? Compact form. So in compact form, consumer and its subcategories will be in same column. But in case of tabular form or outline form, okay, so in case of tabular form, those categories will be in, subcategories will be in new column. So this is how it designs the table. Again, there is something called outline form. So in outline forms, what it will do, it will add subcategories into the new column, but it will not remove, or it will keep one blank row for each of the segments. So this is how it designs. Okay, you can change the views. Now here we can see that we don't have labels which are repeating. So if I make this view, so after consumer we don't have labels consumer. If you want to bring the labels here, yes, you can do that, and you have to select repeat all items or item labels. Okay, whatever. If you do not want, you can remove from here in the report view. So this is how it works. If you want to insert blank row after each of item, yes, it is possible in based on the first value of rows. Okay, so it has added one blank row. I don't want this, I can remove that also. Okay, now if you want your headers to be highlighted in bold, row headers, you can select, deselect. Okay, if you want to make the changes, if you want normal headers, normal you can do by unselecting this column header checkbox. Then banded rows is something called, so rows will be banded, like means table view will be created and alternate colors will be there. So this kind of formatting you can select. Anything you can select from this pivot table styles. Similarly, you can say banded column also. So what it will do, it will highlight one column or just to view. Okay, so that you can simply say that the gray colored column is for sales. So it is easy. Every time you do not need to look for uh, top side of this, because if you have many numbers of values, okay, multiple values, 30, 40 values, and then entire table cannot be viewed in our screen. So in that case, it will help. Definitely, it will help. So these are all the options about pivot table design. Now there is something called pivot table analyzer. Okay, pivot table, already we have a pivot table. If you want to change the pivot table properties, pivot table name, you can change. Yes, there is a option for that. Okay, then active field, on which field you have clicked, that is what reflecting here. If you want to do the field settings, you can go here and whatever we did earlier, you can change some count, average, mean, mock, max. Okay, and if you want to do number formatting, yes, you can do that also from there. Then one more type of filter is there, that is what called slicer. So slicer we can add for any of the field. And what I would like to do, I would like to add a slicer. So it is kind of filter. Okay, it's a filter, but it is used to quickly review or quickly view the data. Okay, for ship mode. Okay, what I have added is that I wanted to view the quantity by sum of quantity or sum of sales by first class delivery, right? Ship mode or same day delivery. So these are the kinds of types. So here you can quickly change the view and your values will be changing. Here you can see on the screen that your values are changing. So this is what the purpose of slicer. Slicer is nothing but a filter which is used for quick view, nothing other than filter. Slicer design you can do in slicer style, okay, as per your view or as per your wish. We are at this window. So there is something called insert timeline. Yes. So if you have date field or time field in your table, then it will allow you to insert the timeline field slicer. This is again slicer. Okay, slicer and filters. So this is again filter. So I will select order date. So it by default, what it will do, it will add this kind of slicer. And if you want to view the data for only December of 2017, so you can view the data for only December of 2017. Let me remove this and let me place this. If you want to view the data for any other date, you can definitely view. If you want to select multiple months, yes, you can select. So this is how it allow you to select the data. If you want to view the data for 2014 Jan, yes, you can do. Here you have an option for years, quarters, months, days. Okay, daily you can view, quarterly you can view, monthly you can view, yearly you can view the data. So this is how it works. Filters, the already defined filters will help you to view the data. Okay, in filter and connection, whatever those insert slicers and timelines you have inserted, you can view that in filter connections. Let's say if I click here, then that option will be enabled for you. Okay, that filter and connection. So here you can see that there is a one filter on ship mode. So that is what the purpose to view that. The next is, if you want to refresh, let's say if the data is changed from this, okay, by any chance, then if you want to refresh, you can select refresh only. If you want to refresh the multiple or all the tables from this workbook, you can select refresh all. If you want to change the data source, since we have selected this range, but if you want to select the different data now, you can select. View is ready. Okay, if you want to change the data source, you can change. There is something called action. In the action, you can clear the filters or you can clear everything that we have created. So first option is clear all. Clear all will remove everything. Clear filters will remove filters only. Whatever the number of filters we have applied, that will be cleared out. Selection, you can select, okay, entire pivot table if you say. So you are able to select. If you want to move the table to another location, so I can select and I can go to other location. And here, if I say okay, that my table will be moved to that particular location. So these are the options available related to pivot table. So now I would like to move my table back to its original position. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, it is not moved at top. Okay, no issues. Extreme right, we have space. Then we have a few more options. There is something called fields, item sets. You can add fields also. Yes, how to add, I will show you. So here you can go whatever the field name. So that field, this is not coming from your data source. Okay, this field is virtual. It will be created on your values or from pivot table only. So you can name here as a demo. And what I want is, if you want to use any of the field for the calculation purpose, yes, you can use. What I will do, I will insert cells and I would like to multiply these cells by 2. So I will say sales by 2. It will say, I will say add, and you have to say okay. Add the end. Okay, here sum of demo, sum of demo. So every time for each of sum of sales column, it will add one more column, which is a double of heads for each of region. So this is how it works. You can add extra fields. Okay, sum of demo is we have added field right now, right? Then once you are ready with pivot table, if you want to present the data on charts, there is an option and you can select any chart from this. And the chart will be introduced. Okay, so this is not good view, but this looks good me. So I will select this view. Okay, so this is just to show you what is the chart. So Excel allow you to present the data on charts and analyze the data using pivot table. Whether even you can use pivot table to present the data, but visuals are more effective. Visual presentation is more effective, so we need a charts. Then we have something called, okay, move chart. I don't want. I would like to talk about only pivot table in this video. Okay, so you have some recommended pivot tables. If you want to view that, you can click here on the recommended pivot tables. You will get ready-made options what view you supposed to create. That is what a suggestion by Excel automatically. Okay, if you don't want this field to be field pane to be viewed, you can hide that by clicking on field list. Okay, then in your pivot table, you can see that these kinds of expand and collapse buttons are there. If you want to hide that buttons, you can hide that buttons from here. If you don't want field headers, you can remove field headers also. Design I have discussed. This I have discussed. Then next is, once you are ready with pivot table, okay, Excel has column chart. Then Excel has stacked column charts. So types, these are the charts. Okay, so as I said, charts are used to visualize the data or summarize the data in effective way, so that you can compare the data and you can talk on the data very easily. So what are the different types of charts Excel has? We can see here also. So we have column chart, line chart, pie chart, area chart, XY, scatter chart, map chart, stock, surface, radar, tree map. Okay, these are the hierarchical charts. Then we have funnel chart, water charts. These are the kinds of charts, combo charts. So combo chart is nothing but a combination of all the above charts. It's not every time you need to add all charts, but if you want line chart, pie chart, and area chart or map together in one view, you can do that also by using combo chart. So you can add any type of chart based on your requirement. So this is what we have seen from pivot, insert tab of Excel, how to add pivot table and all. Then there is something called pivot chart. Okay, if you want to insert pivot chart and pivot table together, yes, you can do that same. You can click on OK, and if you drag the fields, automatically charts will be prepared. Okay, and now quantity. So some of cells I have picked. So here you will see only one column because no categorical column is added. So I have added. So this will work together as we means it depends how you want to do. Then we have other options like slicer timeline. We have seen if you want to add hyperlink in your Excel, okay, we can add hyperlink also. So what you need to do, you need to select, or you can enter any text in your cell, and if you want to add, whenever I click on this web champ, it should open my channel link, right? So I will add channel link. Let me find my channel link, and so what I can do, I can find my channel link. Yes. So this is what my channel link, and I would like to add this link. Okay. This is not, I have copy pasted link. Okay, here you can see the name by default. That is what the best feature of Excel, but I want to add link to this web champ word. So yes, I can go here and I can click on this. So here you have to paste your link. So this is what my channel link. And if I say okay, it will add link. Okay, I don't need this now. I will remove that. And if I click on this, obviously it will open my YouTube channel. This is what webcam channel I have. Okay. After that, you have an option to insert text box, headers and footers. If you want to use word arts, you can use that. If you want to insert signature, yes, you can use Microsoft signature line, and these are the more options. Apart from this, there is something called equations and symbols. If you are working on or if you are preparing some kinds of research papers where you have to present equations, you can use these options, symbols and equations. So here I can say that we have learned everything from insert tab also. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you like the content. So do not forget to subscribe the webcam and share the channel with your friends so that they can learn Excel very easily with me.